Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Institute. Welcome to this edition of Facebook Live. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Hope you had a great week and you're out there empowering your community. If you work with the older clients like we do here in our clinic, not here in our clinic, but here at Jackie Bachmeyer's facility, Evolution Fitness and Wellness, Jackie, her husband Jason, I should say, and their team at EFW work primarily with those individuals over the age of 50. We work with pretty much the same population in our clinic, Chicago Integrative Movement Specialists. And one of the things that you really want to do with those older clients, hey Sue, how are you? Good morning. They're in Chicago, Illinois, or I should say Illinois, outside of Chicago, I believe. Or maybe you are in Chicago. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One of the things that we teach as part of our Integrative Movement Specialist Certification Program is, number one, using the right progression. So we're going to talk about one of the most underappreciated patterns for improving function in your older adults, including hip strength and mobility, as well as improving the ability to use the lower extremity and not stress the knees out, and most importantly, to improve balance, because all these things go hand in hand when you work with the older population, because a lot of your older clients have knee pain. So therefore, they'll modify how they walk, how they sit to stand, how they do exercises for their lower body. That will also lead to falls. They have proprioceptive deficits, they have muscle weakness, they have inability to load that lower extremity appropriately, hence the reason it leads to so many falls, increasing fall risk in that population. One of the most underappreciated patterns, you've heard about hip hinging, deadlifting, squatting, all those patterns for lower extremity. What about the step pattern, step up specifically pattern? Because many of our clients still live in homes where they have steps. They're going to step up onto curbs or off curbs. So one of the things we need to do is teach our clients how to step and how to step appropriately. The challenge for many of our older clients is it hurts their knees when they do any kind of step up and or stepping patterns. And primarily, it's because we haven't done a good job as health and fitness professionals educating our clients and giving them the right strategy, and most importantly, the most optimal progression for doing a step-up pattern. Step-up patterns are so great because they load the entire posterior chain, so the glutes, the hamstrings, teach the individual how to maintain their center of mass over top their base of support, their foot, and how to transition their weight appropriately using their posterior chain or posterior hip muscles. Now, there's a very simple, easy way we progress our clients. Number one, they have to learn how to load the lower extremity, how to align and load, control that lower extremity. So the first thing we teach our clients how to do is do a supported split squat. The split squat pattern is really the prerequisite to so many lower extremity patterns, including lunges, forward and reverse lunges, as well as step-ups. Because a step-up is basically an advanced split squat. So if you think about the split squat, so if I go split squat, sorry, I'm a little close to the camera, I'll try to step back a little bit further. So split squat is basically what you're going to do when you step up. The only difference is now the front leg, the forward leg, is up on a surface, okay? So the first way you teach your client how to do an optimal step up is teach them how to do an optimal supported split squat. So basically align the head and neck and thoracolpelvic cylinder, because when you're teaching the client how to load that forward hip, they have to have their cylinder aligned appropriately over top that forward leg. So the hands go on the wall and then they just split squat and just make sure they maintain that weight in the glute of that forward leg, keep the weight on that forward leg. So they're not putting their weight back to the back leg, they're not transitioning their weight back, they keep their weight up and over top that forward leg so they can optimally load that glute of that forward hip. That will take pressure off their knee, teach them how to load that posterior chain. Now, second progression is then teach them how to do a body weight. Hello, good morning, Holly, how are you? Teach them how to do a body weight split squat, okay? So now it's the same position, hands off the wall, now it's a body weight split squat. So again, still loading that forward hip, still aligning their thoracolpelvic cylinder, still keeping their center of mass over top their forward foot, so that way they're learning how to load and then come out of that position as if they're taking a step forward. Because one of the things we'll see with our clients, you'll see it when I step up onto the box here, is they tend to extend their knee versus moving their body over top their foot. They're extending their knee back which again overloads the knee, overloads their quads, and doesn't allow them to eccentrically load their glutes. Okay, so you get a supported split squat, then you go split squat. Next progression is some kind of step out or reverse lunge. So a reverse lunge is basically here, step back, load, come back up. Step back, load, still loading the forward hip, that glute and posterior chain of that forward hip, and then coming back up. So it's controlling motion and deceleration, and then coming back up, because this will ultimately become the step pattern. Obviously, you use a small step, then you go to your step, okay? Because these mechanics, alignment of the lower extremity, hip, knee, ankle, and foot, weight over top, your body weight over top the center of mass, over top that forward foot, and the thoracolpelvic cylinder will be exactly what we do when we get to the box, okay? Or the step. Now, next problem with the step up pattern for too many of our clients is they're using a step that's way too high. So they can't keep the pelvis level. So when they go to put their leg up on the box, they're already in posterior pelvic tilt. They don't align that lower extremity, and now they have to sort of thrust themselves up with their back leg. Or they step up and they thrust their knee back. So they're doing a knee extension dominant sort of step up pattern. So it's important that you use a box or step that's the right height. Here's an easy way to see how well the height of your step is for your client. Have them put their hands on their low back. Have them lift their leg up as high as they can lift their leg and maintain their low back and not move their low back. That's about the height of their step. So for me, that's about as high as I can get my leg. If I go any higher, now I'm in posterior tilt, lumbar spine flexion. So I'm already compromising my mechanics. No way I'm doing this pattern optimally. So you have to be able to get your client where they put their foot up, their weight is over top that forward leg, their cylinder is still maintained over top their pelvis. When you see your client from behind, their pelvis should be level, not out here like this, not tucked under like that. You have to make sure the same thing you did in the split squat here, you get the foot up there, you're still aligned in that exact same position. Then it's lifting from this forward hip, lifting up, controlling the deceleration. So the weight is still on this hip. So I'm not stepping back and putting my weight onto the back leg. It's up and over that forward leg, step, load, come back, decelerate, control that eccentric. One of the most important and effective ways to train alignment of the lower extremity, train strength, stability of that lower extremity, train control of center of mass, transition of center of mass forward, and really develop that hip extension function of that posterior chain, which is what it does when it's taught, when the individual is taught how to use it appropriately. So you go from your supported split squat to your body weight split squat to some kind of reverse lunge type of pattern or step out type of pattern. Then you progress to a small step, teaching the same mechanics all the way along in your progression. That's how you become a go-to specialist and help your older clients improve hip strength and mobility, improve their ability to take stress off their knee. So for clients that struggle with knee problems and even foot problems, and more importantly, most importantly, help your clients with balance, walking, and managing stairs, because that will keep your clients, many of your clients, in their house, keep them functional, keep them feeling better. In fact, Jackie Bachmeyer just had a client tell her that she walked through a museum. She was able to walk up this huge flight of stairs that she was never able to do. And that's one of her older clients, relatively overweight woman who had chronic knee issues, chronic balance issues. Again, that's how you become that go-to specialist, how you transform people's lives. I mean, her client texted her that, thanking her for all the work that she had done with her in her facility here, EFW Fitness. So that's why we love working with health and fitness professionals like you that are out there working with everyday individuals, especially the older folks, teaching them how to transition into their daily lives, transition into better quality of life so they can do the things they need to, want to, and love to do. And that's how you differentiate yourself from the rest of the noise that's out there and become that go-to specialist for the older population. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it made sense. Keep doing what you're doing. Get out there and empower your clients. Be that unifying force that brings people together, that empowers them, that educates them, and teaches them how to excel so that they can do the things they need to, want to, and love to do. Make it a great day. Thanks for everything. If you have any comments, questions, put them right below this video. I'll get to them and answer them. Appreciate all you guys do for your community, for our world, and especially for us, for allowing us to be part of your world as well. Make it a great day.